This is LJG from the Free Dancing Monkeys, and right now I am very pissed off. This is because at this very second, I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it's Manchester City v Manchester United. We're 56 minutes in, and Man United are getting absolutely demolished 4-0 by local rivals. And this is just an absolute piss take. I mean, I don't know whether it's just because Fergie's not in charge and we're taking a little bit of time adjusting to the new David Moyes, but end of the day, something needs to change because this is absolutely pathetic. I'm watching the game right now and it just looks like there's too many players that don't deserve to wear a Man United shirt, let alone play for the team. I mean, a few of them players, just from watching this match, I mean, some of them are generally good players, but the likes of Fellaini, Ashley Young, Valencia, even Danny Welbeck, I think have been absolute piss poor for, well, some of them have been piss poor for Man United in general. Valencia's been piss poor for the last 2 years. Now, every time City get an attack, it just looks like we're getting absolutely freaking demolished. I'm watching it right now, and our defence is just out of position. Then we've got a load of people back, but most of them just look like they're actually just standing around doing nothing. And now Man City near enough just scored their fifth. But then let's start off with goalkeeper David De Gea. Is a young Spanish international. He's only what, 22, 23 maybe. But I don't think there's any blame on him whatsoever. I mean, maybe some of the goals, maybe sometimes he couldn't be in a better position, but at the end of the day he's young, he's gonna learn, and already I've put up there as one of the top goalkeepers in the Premier League just by looking at some of the amazing saves he does. Now let's get into the defence. The defence, we have the likes of Chris Smalling, we have the likes of Ferdinand, Vidic, Phil Jones, Evra. And this defence has been a great defence at times. I mean, it's a young defence with an old defence mixed in. To be honest, I sort of feel sorry for Patrice Evra, because if I was Patrice Evra, I would have fucking left United after what David Moyes was doing during the summer, pretty much trying to kick him out. And then the only explanation we got was, I was going to try and move him on the left midfield position. But at the end of the day, I still think that's absolute bullshit. Rio Ferdinand, Amanda Vidic, great players. Yeah, they get a little bit struck with injury a lot. And this is their third game in a week, in the past 7 days, 8 days. And maybe they are tired, they are a bit fatigued. But at the end of the day, that's still not good enough for me. I don't think that is good enough. They're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds. I don't really think fatigue should be much of a big deal. And they should just get on with it and do their job. But I'm not putting the blame on them. Them two world-class defenders, and looking back in the seasons of 2007-2008, them two were probably the greatest defensive pair on the planet. But at the end of the day, shit needs to be changed. Like, I don't know what's going on with the right back. I mean, 1 moment it's Raphael, 1 minute it's Phil Jones, 1 minute it's Chris Smalling. Make a fucking decision on who is going to be the right back. Phil Jones is 19, 20, 21. He's already played in 3 different positions. So why not just give the guy a position and say, let's just work from there? At the end of the day, I think Man United, we need to plan for the future. We need to sign a new young centre-back. And I think we need to get a new right-back to cover Raphael instead of just using centre-backs to cover right-backs. Because it just doesn't feel like it's working whatsoever. There's more, like, I don't know, it frustrates me. Man United used to have an amazingly great defence. The likes of Gary Neville, the likes of Jack Stam, the likes of Steve Bruce, Dennis Irwin. I mean, they're not the most famous, greatest right-backs, left-backs and centre-backs of all time. But still, they got shit done. They were in a position anyway. But once again, I don't want to put this much on the defence. Let's go into the midfield. Let's impact more on the wingers, such as Valencia and Ashley Young. Ashley Young against Crystal Palace last week, diving again. Why are you diving, you absolute twat? If I was David Moyes January, I'd get rid of Young. I wouldn't have unprofessionalism in my fucking team, especially for the amount of crap he's getting paid, and the fact he's had half a good season when he first signed, and he's been a bit of a joke since. Get rid of Ashley Young, David. It's the right thing to do. Let's move on to Antonio Valencia. brilliant last time he's in that 25 shirt. Moved up to number 7, he became an absolute piece of piss. Now he's back at number 25, and yet again he is still an absolute piece of piss. Don't get me wrong, I love Valencia. Valencia had a hard job when he came to Manchester United. He was pretty much taking over Cristiano Ronaldo's role. Not the easiest thing to do, probably one of the most hardest things to do. But still, his performances today, especially today, that first goal, instead of tracking back and getting close to the man, he decides to walk back and do absolutely nothing, leaving it all to Chris Smalling, who's playing out of position technically, because technically Chris Smalling is a centre back. But he just walks back. Oh yeah, Chris Smalling's got it. Man United's defence was exposed on the right side, leading for a goal, leading to a very good Aguero goal, which David De Gea couldn't do anything about it. Maybe the defence in the box could have made more of a clearance of it, but at the end of the day, it's not their fault. Valencia should have been there. And I've already said about Ashley Young, my God, them two wingers, they'll be on their final, if I was David Moyes, they'll be on their final warning if not out the fucking door. At the end of the day, we've got likes of Zaha, and I can't even pronounce the other young dude's name, but he's shown me this season he's already better than Valencia and Ashley Young, and he's only played half a fucking game, or even that. In my opinion, we need to get rid of them, because obviously they're not cutting it out, they're not worthy of being in a Man United t-shirt. I mean, we keep using Kagawa on the right, Kagawa on the left. Kagawa is a centre attacking mid-forward. He was that in Dortmund, and he was amazing in Dortmund in that shirt. Why not put him at a centre attacking midfielding role? I don't know, maybe we'll try the diet. We should try the 4-1-2-1-2 formation. Try Fellaini in the middle, at the back, holding off the defensive line, and then have Kagawa playing just off the strikers. I don't know. But at the end of the day, our centre midfield, okay, it's a bit dodgy, our centre midfield, I'll say that. We've had Paul Scholes, the legendary Paul Scholes, probably one of the best centre midfielders in the game history. He's just retired. He was always going to be a big hole to fill for Man United, and it was never going to be done in one season or in one summer spending. We've got the likes of Fletcher, who has been out for the past 2 years due to stomach virus. I'm not a doctor, I don't know how big these things are, but it's obviously not Fletcher's fault. He didn't inject himself, but oh, I know, it's going to be a good day. Let's give myself a stomach virus for 2 years. Not his problem. Michael Carrick. I've always thought Michael Carrick was very underrated, and I think he's proven to everyone he is underrated. His passing is probably just below par to Paul Scholes, which is still an absolutely incredible, amazing feat. But now we have Fellaini, our only real summer signing. I've watched him. I'm watching him in this game, and he has been absolutely nothing. He hasn't got into the game at all like he used to at Everton. Don't get me wrong. Fellaini is a great player. He was at Everton. He was Everton's, I don't want to say their biggest star, but he probably was. But since coming to Man United, I know he's still young. I know he's still got to adapt to the game. And I still know there's a long way to go for him. But he needs to step it up, and needs to step it up freaking fast, because to be honest, he has not been good enough. And fair enough, David Moyes knows him well. When you come to a big team like Man United, you may want to bring in a bit of blood that you know. That is not good enough. He needs to step up his game, or he needs to start sitting on the bench a bit more, because I'd rather take Kagawa than Fellaini any day. Right, let's move on to the strikers. Wayne Rooney. He had the whole summer speculation about wanting to leave Old Trafford. And believe you me, he has not. I have been extremely pissed off with Wayne Rooney. I want to leave every 5 fucking minutes. I want a higher pay rise. Whatever. To be honest, at the beginning of the season, I would have sold him for that. But he said he's going to play for Man United. And this season, he's probably been our best player. Came in off the bench on the first game against Swansea, made 2 assists in, 20 minutes? Amazing. He was the only player worthy of playing for Man United against Chelsea. I missed the Liverpool game because I was at work. I missed the Crystal Palace game because I was at work. And I'm watching this game. Okay, he hasn't been absolutely phenomenal. He hasn't been the Wayne Rooney of old. But I watched our Bayern Leverkusen game in the Champions League. And my God, just watching the game now, Danny Welbeck, what the fuck are you doing? But Wayne Rooney has been Man United's best player this season, without a doubt. But now, Danny Welbeck, he has just skied a 20-25 yard opportunity, and by looks of things, Man United aren't getting many opportunities here at the Etihad. But Danny Welbeck seems to think he is some sort of Cristiano Ronaldo step-over trickery kind of person. He is not. Danny Welbeck, I've been a huge fan of Danny Welbeck for the past 6 years. And I'm really excited at the fact that he's in this team. And last season, 2 fucking goals in 38 plus games, including other competitions, just ain't good enough to be a Man United striker. I know you're only 21, 22, but still, that is not good enough. Danny Welbeck needs to be put back a step. He shouldn't be one of our first team players. And I know the only reason he's playing this derby is because Van Persie was injured. But Danny Welbeck, I think maybe he's just not good enough at the moment to play for Man United. Maybe he shouldn't be. Why the fuck is he getting picked over Hernandez? Hernandez is an amazing player. So I don't know why Hernandez isn't playing. And to be honest, if I was Hernandez, I'd be asking Moyes, just like Kagawa's asking Moyes, why aren't I playing more in this team? Hernandez is probably one of the most underrated strikers in our team, and he deserves more minutes than what he's getting. How Welbeck's getting picked over him, I don't know. Danny Welbeck last season scored more goals for England than he did for Man United. Fair enough, I'm all up for people scoring for their country, but really, you play for England about 5 times in a season competitively, where they actually count, and you still managed to score more in them 5 games than you did for Man United. And I know the competition's a bit fierce for Man United with Rooney and Van Persie, 2 of the best strikers in the Premier League, but that is not good enough. That is absolute piss at the moment. But maybe it's not the players. Well, I want to say maybe it's David Moyes, but David Moyes isn't the person who's on the pitch trying to score the goals. That is the players. But David Moyes does need to change up a few things. Man United need to start looking at new signs for January, and we need to start looking at them now. I reckon we need more people. We need new people on the wing. We need someone fresh in the centre midfield. I mean, I really wanted United to sign Streetman, and I really wanted us to get Thiago. One of the two would have been absolutely brilliant. To be honest, if I could have had it my way, Man United would have signed Christian Eriksen. But we didn't, because, well, David Moyes, or whoever, I can't remember his name, David Willwood, whatever he's called, is absolutely shocking to try and put a transfer together and absolutely cocked everything up. But Man United needed to sign new midfielders, right, left and centre. Maybe we need some more new in defence. Maybe we need a bit of muscle. Vidic and Ferdinand aren't going to be around forever, and maybe this season is just proof of that. And okay, maybe we do need to sign a fresh centre back. At the end of the day, the main problem for Man United, pick who the fuck is at right back, maybe sign a new centre back, sort out Valencia, sort out Ashley Young, because them two are absolutely piss poor at the moment, use Kagawa appropriately, and stop using Danny Welbeck over Hernandez, because that shit is stupid. Because Hernandez came onto a game last season against Aston Villa and scored a hat-trick. He scored more goals in, I think, the 30 minutes he was playing than Welbeck did in the whole season. Not good enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Man United. I absolutely love Man United. I support them through and through. But it is not good enough. Things need to be changed, and they need to be changed now. Because at the moment, watching this game, we're not challenging for the title. Hell, we're not even challenging for the Champions League places. By looking at this, it looks like we're giving up the Champions League places to Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham and Man City. And I don't like that at all. In the Premier League history, we have never finished below 3rd. I mean, we're losing 4-0 to City. Okay, Ferguson was beaten quite bigly sometimes. He was beaten 5-0 by Chelsea, 6-1 by City, 5-1 by City, all the way back in '89. But still, David Moyes needs to get a grip, and he needs to learn what he's doing, and he needs to learn fast. I mean, I know, LJG, why are you hating on him? He's fresh, he's new, give him time. You don't have time when you're playing with one of the best teams in the world. You need to be on par, on ball, 24/7, on the go, no fail, or get out. That is my opinion of the whole matter. I mean, yeah, this has been a bit of a crazy rant, and maybe I am blowing it a bit out of proportion. Maybe I'm just pissed off because Man United are getting absolutely demolished and nearly conceded a 5th goal then. But how are we going to challenge anything when we're getting absolutely demolished. I mean, we're 5 games into the season. We had a piss poor game against Crystal Palace where we had to score 3 kicks and penalties. A penalty we shouldn't have even had just to beat a newly promoted team. Swansea, yeah, okay, we done phenomenally good against Swansea. I liked it. Chelsea, we were a one-man team. If it weren't for Wayne Rooney, fuck knows what would have happened. Liverpool, Nani was absolutely shocking. Nani's another name. When he came in, I thought, oh great, he's going to be like Cristiano Ronaldo 2.0. But his lack of consistency pisses me off. He can't do it as well as a big star player like he was expected to be can. So maybe we get rid of him. We should probably get rid of Anderson because he's absolutely shocking. My opinion, Man United are about to go downhill and downhill fast. I don't like it. So David Moyes, please, January, start doing some big name signing. Because by looking at the scoreline right now, you are going to ruin the reputation Man United and Sir Alex Ferguson, Sir Matt Busby put in for us. Has been one of the elite teams in the world and a big team in Manchester. Run over, whatever.